Okay, hello friends and welcome back to my YouTube channel. Why is my chair making that much noise? That is so unhelpful. Let me have my freaking moment, okay? So, this is an issue. Anyway, hello. So today I thought I would do a chatty, very candid, very open, very honest life update to let you know what the hell is going on. Because a few things have changed around here. I finished my degree, I moved to London. What the hell? Honestly, life is freaking wild. Also, it's really chucking it down. It is absolutely pouring outside, so sorry about that. Actually, speaking of pouring, good segue, Jack, I'm going to pour myself a drink. So let's crack that open. Oh, that is a sweet sound. And we're gonna put it into a mug because this is a family show and I am classy. So cheers everyone, welcome to the channel. To be honest, life right now is good. Life is f***ing great. Okay, remember literally 5 seconds ago when I said this was a family channel? I'll bleep it out. Also, can I just point out, I put on a whole shirt just for the purposes of filming this video. The things I do for you, like this is just for you. I'm not leaving the house today. Get yourself a snack, get yourself a beveragino, and we'll get started, shall we?
On tonight's program, ladies and gentlemen, we have something that's gonna make you sick.
So, first on the agenda, I finished my degree. That's kind of mad. I have made a lot of jokes, I am a bit of a joker, about how after graduating from Durham I need to find a new substitute for a personality, and it's like half a joke, in the sense that I have been in education for pretty much my whole life. Like my first memories are kind of being in a classroom and not being able to even zip up my own coat. And then I blinked and all of a sudden I'm sitting in my apartment, age 21, as a fully grown man, and there's no one here to zip up my rain jacket for me. So yeah, life comes at you fast, huh? In all seriousness, it is like a weird identity crisis. Like, I don't know if you could tell, I've been going through the motions. I don't know what gives it away more, the dodgy beard or the even dodgier bleach job, but here we are. 2020 has not done any of us any favors, has it? It is really strange when education has been such a huge part of your existence for pretty much your whole life, to suddenly just not have something to be working towards or somewhere that I know I'm going in September. I still very much think in terms of academic years, like to me the new year begins in September, but there's actually nothing. Like I have no plans. It wasn't necessarily my choice for it to be like that, but you know, thank you Oxford University, I'll drink to you. Thank you for nothing. As you may or may not know, I applied to do a master's next year and didn't get in, and that's fine. It happens. I applied to a very oversubscribed course at a very competitive university, so it was never really likely that I would get in, and that's okay. To me, it was really important to share that online because it's real. It's real life. That kind of thing happens to real people. Not everything is the sort of highlights reel that social media sort of makes life look like sometimes. To me, it was just really important that if I'm gonna show the highlights, then I also need to show the lowlights and the bits that aren't so good. So anyway, it's in the past, and of course, inevitably, there were a lot of comments about the fact that I only applied to one course next year, and to be honest, I'm tired of trying to justify it, A, to myself, and B, to like the internet, because it's okay to be ambitious and to follow your heart and your dreams and just give it a freaking go. I don't know, I think over the course of the pandemic, I've had a lot of time to think, which is dangerous for this little brain. And I think one of the things I've realized is that over the past few years especially, I've been in such a rush, and I don't know why. And because 2020 just kind of crumbled and more things got cancelled than the freaking beauty community on YouTube, we've almost just been forced to slow down and think about what our priorities are and what we want to be and who we want to be. And I've just come to the conclusion that I'm in no rush. Like, I would love to get a master's, I would love to get a PhD at some point, but it doesn't need to be next year, it doesn't need to be in 2 years' time, it just needs to be whenever it's right to do those things and whenever I can do those things. So I'm so at peace right now with not knowing and not having a plan necessarily. It's kind of chill vibes over here and I'm kind of enjoying it. So I was really embracing this idea of taking a gap year. I was really excited for just having a year to work on myself and have fun. Now the whole world is kind of going to shit a little bit, but we'll work it out. I am going to be reapplying to that same course that I was rejected from this year, and that's fine. It's okay to have a second chance, give it another go back to the drawing board, learn from it, work on yourself, improve, reapply, retry, get better. However, at the same time, there are also other courses that really, really interest me at other universities, so I will also be looking around there and applying there. However, no one is forcing me to do this master's. This is something that I want to do. This is something that I want for myself. You know, it's a goal of mine, and also I am so in love and obsessed with my subject that I did at university, and I just want to carry on. Like, I'm not finished with it yet, if that makes sense. I don't know, maybe this is lame, but I just want to be intellectually stimulated. I want my ideas to be challenged. I want to come into contact with totally new ideas that I'd never considered before and just be fascinated by them. So yeah, I'm gonna give it another go on my own terms, in my own time. I'm gonna give it the best shot I possibly have and just see what happens. And I'm so fine with that. Also, while we are on the topic, and I'm probably not gonna bring this up again on my channel until next year's rejection video, because those rake in the views, trust me. A lot of people have asked me why I didn't apply to Cambridge, and the quick answer is I just didn't like the course. It wasn't for me. I did look into lots of other universities, and I just picked the one uni to apply to that I really, really loved the course, and that just happened to be Oxford. So yeah, that's that on that. The next question, I guess, is, are you going to quit YouTube? And the simple answer is no. Sorry. The thing is, for me, even though I sort of became a university YouTuber, that was never the plan. I just started making content about university because I was so terrified before I went to uni, and I just wanted to reassure other people. And then that kind of became my thing. It was a total accident. It completely changed my life, and I'm so, so very grateful, and I will continue making the content that you guys love and that I love to create. But I'm also just gonna continue making content about whatever is going on because I'm an attention seeker and proud of it. I love making videos, I love this community with my whole heart, and yeah, I'm in it for the long run, so surprise bitch, but you thought you'd seen the last of me. Well, you bloody well haven't. Then I guess the question is, are you going to be a full-time YouTuber? And the answer is kind of no. Making YouTube videos for me is a hobby that I've been very, 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 very fortunate to turn into a job, and I love it with my whole heart, and I want it to stay that way. What terrifies me is basing my whole existence and my self-worth and my self-value on numbers and the little subscriber count next to my name, or how well my current video is performing in comparison to my other ones and my friends and people I don't know. Whoa there, I nearly spilled that all over my cream trousers. Basically, I don't want to be known as Jack who has X number of subscribers on YouTube or X number of views. I want to be known as Jack who has this hobby and this passion and is interested in this and is a nice bloke. Ultimately, I would rather have an interesting life that I film as opposed to living for the camera, because that's when you stop enjoying and loving life. And I'm just having a freaking good time. So yeah, basically I want to continue being a person rather than a YouTube channel. If that makes any sense at all, I don't know, but that's kind of where my head is at. I have been applying for jobs since before I sent off my master's application. Like, I was always applying for both jobs and the masters and thinking I might do a gap year of traveling. I always had all of those things kind of brewing in my head, but the masters thing was kind of the most public one because I spoke about the rejection online. All of the jobs that I applied to at the beginning of the year, I was also rejected from. I didn't even get an interview. It was really a terrible time, and I found that out pretty much at the same time as my masters. And then since moving to London, I've kind of been applying to part-time jobs because at the moment I have the book coming out literally this week. That is so mad. I've been working really hard on my company, Ink Outside the Box, and there's been so much going on with that. But the problem that I find with doing all of that is that there's no routine, there's no office hours. Like, I could quite easily edit a video and reply to all my emails at 4 AM and it wouldn't matter. But I don't really want to live like that. I want routine, I want structure. So I sent my CV to 34 different places, and every single one was just not recruiting, not employing. Nowhere in London is recruiting. Obviously, that little pandemic that's going on is having detrimental and devastating impacts on so many industries, and they just can't employ new people right now. So it's a really freaking hard time to be a graduate right now. There's so much uncertainty and we just don't know what's going on, and nor do the employers. It's not their fault either. I sent my CV to so many bookstores in London, and they just sent back the nicest emails. Like, at the bottom of their emails saying, sorry, we're not recruiting, there would be like what book they were currently reading and some book recommendations, and it was just so wholesome and lovely that I wasn't even mad that I got rejected or that there wasn't a job going. I was just like, I would love to go for tea with you. And yeah, bookshop owners are just too good for this world, which is kind of why I wanted to work for one. But hey ho, for me, I think working hard, being able to support myself, being independent is just in my blood. I've been working literally since I was 13 or 14. I used to work in a factory just packing bits of plastic where you basically get the mold, you break it, so you got the useful bit and the not useful bit, and then you just count 100 of those, put them in a box, seal it up. I worked in Top Man for 2 years where I met so many brilliant people and learned so much. Last summer I worked in China as an English teacher. I've been volunteering in libraries for 5 years. Like, I just love working, or at least I want to work. And also, I just feel so unbelievably grateful that I have been able, because of you guys and your support, to turn this little hobby into something I could ever make money from, which is just crazy. But equally, through working in retail, working in the factory, that kind of thing humbles you, okay? Like, I know what real hard work is, and YouTube is pretty much a part-time job that you can do full-time. Over the course of the next year, I really wanted to go to Japan and India because I studied so much Indian literature at university. It was really important to me to sort of decolonize my reading and read things outside of white British middle-class men. The module I did on South Asian post-colonial literature was my favorite module I studied this year. It was so incredible. And so it was such a dream of mine to get to go to India, to see these places that I've studied and read so much about, meet people, learn more about the culture, learn more about the country, and just read really great literature. Like, that's all I want. That's all I was asking for. I now don't know if that will be possible in the immediate future. I will definitely do it at some point, but maybe not in 2021 like planned. I had also maybe possibly potentially booked to move to a different country in September. However, that isn't happening anymore either. So it's a real shitter, to be honest. The pandemic has really been a contraceptive of fun, but you know what? We move. We'll take each day as it comes. I'm here to enjoy myself GC style, do you know what I mean? And also, I think because that uncertainty is so unavoidable now, and it's also happening to everyone on the planet, I kind of am just at peace with it, and I think I've just got to roll with the punches and just see what happens and let life happen and let things happen for a reason. And it's gonna be fine. At least, I hope it will be fine. If not, I'm gonna be having plenty more mugs of this. I feel like I sound like such a freaking hippie saying all this. Like, peace and love, dude, peace and love. But honestly, I'm just going with the flow and letting life happen. One thing I am super excited about is to have more time to focus on my company, Ink Outside the Box. I have put my heart and soul into the products that we have made, and I'm so excited about, oh my god, it's right here, the 2020 to 2021 Jacademic Planner. She is just a stunner. I am obsessed with the products that we have managed to make, and I love this brand so much. I remember I sent a PowerPoint to my manager basically being like, why I should start a company. Kind of like how when you're a kid you'd make a PowerPoint being like, this is why I need to have a hamster. That was pretty much me, but like with a company. I absolutely love what we've managed to make while I've been at uni, but now that I'm not and I've got the time, I'm so excited to see where we can take it. I'll let you in on a little juicy secret. So basically, we pitched this product to major retailers who loved it, which is insane. They really love this planner, they really love the product, which we sent to them in maybe like February kind of time. But, and it's a big but, it's a Nicki Minaj but, they were basically like, if you think you're one step ahead sending it to us now, you need to be about 28 steps ahead to get this into our store, because that's what all the other companies are doing. They have their products for 2021 in like 2018. So right now we're already starting to think a year in advance about what we're going to be doing this time next year. And you know what else? I'm not done. I am just sick of doing that classic YouTuber thing of like, I've got a secret project. I'm working on a secret project, but I can't tell you about it. I'm sick of it. I don't want to do it anymore. It's not for me. Not me. Wrong, bitch. And even though it's exciting and I feel so proud getting to share the big finished products, I also want to share the process with you and the experience of making these things happen and every little bit that goes into it and every person who's involved, and just, yeah, show you the process, I suppose. So yeah, going forward, no more secret projects, just being totally transparent and bringing you along for the journey, because it's the most exciting bit usually. So then finally, in this little life update thing we've got going on here, what am I doing right now? What have I been up to since finishing uni? I found out on the train home from Durham that I'd got this flat in London, and I moved here pretty soon afterwards. I've moved to Camden, which is just a dream come true. I remember coming here when I was a teenager and just being obsessed with it and loving it and taking loads of Instagrams here and never even letting myself imagine that one day I could live here, and I'm just living that dream every single day, and I feel so unbelievably grateful. And the reason this has come about is because of the platform that I am lucky enough to have and that you have been kind enough to give me. And I've been working with Unite Students, who are an incredible student accommodation brand, for years now. I've been making YouTube videos for them, I've hosted their Snapchat channel, met their lovely team, worked with them really closely, and I'm working with them again this summer. I love working with them, they've been so good to me over the years, and when we were talking about working together over the summer, we kind of got chatting about the fact that this apartment was free at the moment, and so they have very unbelievably kindly put me up in this flat. It is beautiful, it is everything I could have asked for. I'm just so appreciative to be here. Every single day I just count my lucky stars. I can't believe it. So yeah, obviously massive thank you to them. Like, this video isn't sponsored, but they are just fantastic, and I am working with them over the summer. And for me, this opportunity of getting to move to London, living on my own in this beautiful apartment, has just been the best thing I could ever have asked for, because it's given me time to recalibrate, refresh, recuperate, and work out who I am, what I want to do, what I want to be, and what my priorities are. And I just feel like I'm in the best place, both geographically and like up here, you know? It's honestly been exactly what I needed, and I just feel so in love with life. Is that really lame to say? I don't know, I just feel very grateful. So I guess that's the life update. Life is pretty sweet, but it's also uncertain, and I don't know what's coming next. I don't know what's around the corner. I don't know if there even is a corner at this point. I don't know what country that corner would be in. I don't know where it would take me. I don't know where it would lead. I don't know what is gonna happen, and I'm fine with it. Hopefully things do work out, but I'm just gonna make the most of whatever does end up happening. Right now, instead of being half glass empty or half glass full, I'm just grateful to have the glass. I'm enjoying every day. I'm making the most of this incredible opportunity that I've been lucky enough to be given, and just working it all out and not being afraid of the process and not being scared of the process, just enjoying it, you know? So anyway, that's me, that's what I'm up to. Thank you for watching this far into the video. I'm sure it's been very long and rambly and dull. I hope that you stick around for the journey, but for now, I've been Jack Edwards. Thank you so much for watching this video, and I'll see you next time. Bye-bye. This bloody squeaky chair, it's a nightmare.
In case I don't see ya, good afternoon, good evening, and good night.